Hey y'all, welcome back to Deandra J.K. and K. My name is Deandra, and today we are going to be talking about BTS. But first, if you don't know who I am, my name is Deandra. I talk about everything K-pop. I sometimes talk about K-beauty or just beauty, period. I haven't done that in a long time, and I probably should. That would be fun. And just all the things. Also, I have an ebook out, if you guys don't know. It talks about how you can go abroad and teach as well, and it just shows you my step-by-step guide and like what I did. So check that out. I'll link it in the bio. But without further ado, let's talk about BTS's historic comeback. So they are coming back March 21st, this Saturday at 7 a.m. for people on the East Coast. So this is just something that has never, ever happened before in our lifetime, where a group comeback in Korea is being live streamed for the masses. And this rollout is simply insane. I'm talking down to getting Spotify to collaborate with them. Also, Google collaborated with them with the scavenger hunt. They've had massive, huge collabs. And this Netflix collab has to be good. I mean, it's huge. This has never ever happened. Even with the K-pop groups that came before them, the Hallyu Wave with Big Bang and SNSD, like huge. I mean, SNSD, they broke barriers. They were on award shows, and people were looking like, who the hell? Who is this? Like, what are they speaking? But now, fast forward some years, that's crazy. So, wow, it's been a while. Like, fast forward, now people see the greatness in K-pop, and it kind of like reminds me of anime, being that weird kid in class. And people are like, what are you watching? Or like, what are you doing? People are like, are you watching cartoons? It's like, no, it's not cartoons. Like, don't get it twisted. But like, it took a while. It took a while to get there. So I think K-pop just took a while. The event is called BTS The Comeback Live Arirang, and it's streaming globally on Netflix. It's happening live from Gwanghwamun Square in Seoul, which is like a huge historic public space. Not even a stadium. Like, this is really big. And the craziest part is they're expecting up to 260,000 people in the area. Like, this is giving citywide event, not concert. If you guys have seen on Instagram, or if you're on social media, they have billboards up all around that area, and even I think all of Seoul, maybe. I could be wrong because I'm not physically there, but they have billboards all around the city just showing BTS on Netflix, what's going to be happening. So the people are aware that it's about to be an event. And I think they're estimating 260,000, but I think it's going to be even more than that. Like, they were saying that they even rolled out a warning. It's something where they're looking out for the area due to the amount of people. They're making sure that they're cautious with, I think they're just making sure, especially after the Itaewon accident, that nobody gets hurt. And if you don't know what happened, the Itaewon accident was a Halloween event in Itaewon, South Korea. And basically, there was a lot of people in this one spot in Itaewon, and people just started running, and people got crushed, like, from underneath people's feet, and it was just a lot. So rest in peace to those people. I think they want to make sure that that does not happen again, so they are being extra cautious, which great, that's amazing to hear. So also too, I used to teach in South Korea, which I stated earlier in this video. I have walked around Gwanghwamun. I passed by Gwanghwamun Square. I was not physically in the square, but I was actually like behind it at Gyeongbokgung Palace. So I have video of that. I'm just gonna flash it. Like, it was really great. Really cool area. I was in a Hanbok, and I'm just really excited and like happy that I got to experience what that area feels like, so I can kind of like feel the anticipation through the screen, and like the historical significance through the screen is really cool. So because obviously this isn't just a comeback, this is kind of this is very much a cultural event. Although I will talk about the album itself, because I saw the tracks and the producers, it kind of, in my opinion, contradicts the name of the album. But we will get into that at another date. I will talk about that closer to the release day. I'm going to talk about my interpretations of the album before listening to the album. And that will be out this week too, because the album comes out this week, which is like what? And can we talk about ARMY right now? Because you guys are hilarious. We are a crazy bunch. I literally saw someone say, if Netflix goes down, we are just going to go on the South Korean CCTVs for the Gwanghwamun area. Who thinks of this? But like, I see you and thank you, because we're here, you know? I mean, this is a huge event. I'm not ready. I'm not ready emotionally. I wasn't ready like back when they did the BBMAs and I recorded my experience with that. I'm gonna like, I gotta do like a collage of all the times that I've watched BTS and how I've never been ready. I feel very overwhelmed by this event and I'm really excited. And like, how do you guys feel? Like, drop down in the comments. How are you feeling? Or do you feel overwhelmed? Are you excited? Are you just like, oh, it's another day? I know a lot of people, I come across a lot of people, ironically, they're in these BTS discussions, but they said they don't really care about BTS, so whatever, but they just trying to be in the know. And they're like, you know, like if they so happen to come across a song and they hear it, like, oh, okay, you know, if that's your story, that's your story, but I'm very deeply excited. I feel like this is one of those moments where you feel like you'll remember exactly where you were when you heard it. Like when you heard the album, when you watched BTS on Netflix, like I think you're going to look back at this moment in time. And like when, for example, when I think about the Most Beautiful Moments in Life album, my favorite album that BTS ever put out, I think back on a time where it was like 2016, just figuring it out, coming out of high school, like around that time, and like senior year, like, oh, wow. So it brings emotions up. I wonder if, I know that this will bring a lot of emotions for people for years to come. So that's really cool. Like, it's very weird and low-key parasocial to like feel this strongly about musicians. But I think when I was a kid, like if you were an ARMY, like you for a long time, OG, basically, there was a time where you were wishing that BTS would like collab with a big artist. And then you would kind of be like, that more than likely won't happen. But then when you saw like Big Bang doing crazy things, and when you saw how exponentially BTS's popularity just kept growing, when you saw K-pop kind of being looked at like, oh, that has a good beat, like more and more people were reacting to it, you start being like, whoa, this is getting big. This is becoming a reality. And I think that like I'm sitting back in my old ass age of 28, and I'm sitting back and I'm just like, wow, 16-year-old me, 15-year-old me would have never guessed this is where we would be. As like ARMY, this is where BTS is. I'm just really happy for them. So this is a really big moment. Like, I think a lot of people think that K-pop and like BTS is for children, but I don't think you realize like they're almost, most of them, all of them are, well, Jungkook's 28, but I don't think a lot of people realize they're like 30-year-old men, and they're not a Miss Rachel. They're like actually saying they're talking about something. They actually talk about stuff, unlike a lot of K-pop stars. Don't get me wrong, they have their good like fun songs. They have their fun songs. Not everything is a think piece, and not everything is super intricate and deep and stuff like that. But BTS started with messages to the youth, and that has been their pillar. So I think that when people diss BTS, I think they're doing a disservice to how thoughtful they are as a group and what their intentions were not only to be the best rappers, because that's what they were trying to be at the time, to be the best rapper or hip hop group in the beginning, but to actually like say something. And saying something in a time where like your company didn't have no money for y'all, barely. Um, you were being trashed by variety shows and just treated poorly compared to bigger company groups. So yeah, just let me know, like, how do you feel about this? I am a little scared for them to be performing on a historical site. I know a lot of Koreans. At first I thought Koreans were like 100% for this, because it's BTS. I was watching Arirang News, and DKTV, the guy who runs the channel, he said that Koreans are for this because if it was any other K-pop group, they wouldn't have had it. But because they see like BTS being king status, he said it, not me, they can do that, this kind of thing. I worry, and I've seen contradicting conversations. So let's just see. I think they have to give it their all, which they are. I think they're gonna have to just give it even more than, like, they performed at the Wembley Stadium. I think they're gonna have to do that times 10 because you're on a historical site. I just worry for that. But let me know what you guys feel. Do you think, oh, they got this in the bag? I mean, I think they got this in the bag too, but you know, let me know how you feel about them performing at that specific site. Let me know. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Just let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, I will see you guys very soon. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.